It's a wet slog all the way, but fun, still fun. And we're off on another beautiful grand adventure. Although it may look gloomy, forecast calls for much better weather from here on out. Cool though. First little hill of the day always takes it out of me. I think all the hotels are at the bottom of hills. What a wonderful town this was. Castle, church, cool viaduct. Had a charming stay at a guest house, really great meal. Had a wonderful time. Life is good, baby. I think it's gonna be a hard day. Things aren't getting any easier. We got about 2,000 plus feet of climbing today. A little more than yesterday, but yesterday we also had a lot of drop, which was very nice. Unfortunately, those two are gonna have to be waiting for me again. Waiting for their old man. Years take their toll. It doesn't matter if you keep riding or not, or it doesn't matter for me. But so glad to be 63 and still being able to cross the country by bike. Mostly because I can see this kind of stuff. And drink the kind of wine we had last night. And have the kind of food we had last night. Meet the people. It's awesome. What a great way to spend your time. Keep thinking it's flattening out up there, but it never does. Kind of hope it does. You know, it's the first climb of the day, and that first climb is always really, really tough for me. Then it usually gets easier. But it's kind of that grind right out of the gate. My body's like, I don't want to do this again. And then it gets used to it, and then it's all better. Stopping for me. Thank you, girls. China kommen, dobrodošli. And climb is gonna steepen up a little bit. So let's get ready. I got stung by nettles yesterday. Car kind of pushed us a little off to the side on that dragon's path. And I could feel it right away. So my daughters, who are outdoor experts, are going to show me what a nettle looks like. Let's take a look here. Okay.
So we believe this is nettles. It may look a little bit different than the ones we're used to in Colorado, but you'll notice the leaves are like serrated and pointy.
Yeah, they're kind of, they almost have a flamey kind of shape to them,
Yeah, flame shape, I guess. You can kind of see, it's probably, you can't see it.
There's like hairs on the bottom.
Tiny little hairs on the bottom.
So can we see them?
I found a really good example of one. Yeah, there's hairs on the bottom of this one for sure.
Yeah, I see those.
I feel like they kind of look like a mint plant because it seems like they grow in like quadrants.
And then you can see the
it's more
like
even
flowery bits or whatever these like seeding nuggets are.
Cool. Yeah. I'll keep an eye out. That looks actually quite familiar. So
we can Google it before you put in the video and make sure we don't misinform a bunch of people. But that's good.
All right, sounds like a good idea. Thanks, girls, for showing me what to avoid.
You betcha. If you want to like test it out and make sure they're nettles, you can go back and just rub them on your forearm.
It's a testament to my confidence in your knowledge.
That you don't have to.
That I don't have to
prove
do
it
that.
with. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's fair.
If anyone's curious, I'm all better now. So no more nettly irritation. It was very brief-lived. There's a downhill. The lesson of the day, lesson of every day when you're biking is for every uphill there's a downhill. And all you gotta do is just keep after it, and eventually it gets easier. It always gets better at some point. And then it gets harder again, and then easier, harder, easier. I don't know if you can see that where Bailey is, that's the dip, and then it's gonna climb up again. So there you go, the ups and downs of bicycle touring.
Our first order of business was a stiff climb out of the Vipava Valley and up to the Karst Plateau.
Wow, that was a climb. Holy cow.
There we found the town of Stanjal, home to Stanjal Castle. Built in the Middle Ages, fortified to defend against the Ottomans, heavily damaged in Allied bombings in World War II, it's still being renovated to its original glory.
Hello.
Oy vey.
See what I say.
Everywhere you go, it's pretty, you'll find tourists, right? Seems like it anyway. Boy, this is a really lovely spot, though. Gotta wonder what this is. I'll have to do a little digging on this. Yeah, beautiful stuff. Yeah, got some really good fruits. And these are, what we see these, yes, these are, those are not for eating, those are only for aroma in the room. Yeah, I love that.
Oh, no.
Smell, just smell. Yeah, very
Eat
nice.
it. You're supposed to smell it.
Yeah, good? Yeah.
Smells good.
Yeah, nice.
Kelsey found us this really nice garden.
Just strolling through the garden, eating fresh figs.
Gotta love these little chestnuts. Unless you happen to be riding over one, in which case they can be a little bit dangerous, actually. But beautiful.
We skipped the castle tour with a busload of tourists in favor of a quiet walk through pleasant gardens. For reasons unknown, we can just never get enough of these European sanctuaries with their mossy walls and Middle-earth vibes. At the end of our walk, we were graced with a magnificent view of the Vipava Valley below.
Well, I don't know any of these places. But it sure is a nice view.
Mountains, maybe?
I guess so.
They're labeled with their heights.
They must be then.
Is that possibly our old town this morning?
I think we've gone further than that. I have no idea. You see a castle?
It would be on that hill to our lower right, facing the valley. Does anyone check the weather?
No.
We probably should have checked the weather.
Since there's nobody here, we might as well ride on the trails, right?
After we got our fill of the castle grounds, we returned to the road that would take us on our way. Today, a ride across this Karst Plateau, known locally as Kras. This is the region where we got the term karst. And indeed, like most karst regions, this area is well known for caverns, as evidenced by all the caves we've passed on this trip and haven't spent any time in. Sorry, spelunkers, for the emissions.
Yeah, we got blue sky ahead, but that's really not where we're going. Where we're going is over there. It's kind of rainy over there. It's actually raining here, too. We thought we were done with the rain, but that is not the case. I think it's going to rain lightly. And that's okay. We don't mind that. Yes, I couldn't agree more. Such interesting forest here. She reminds me a little of Mallorca in places.
Our ultimate goal on this tour was always the Adriatic, that finger of the Mediterranean that makes up the eastern shore of the Italian boot, all the way up to Venice and to Trieste. We won't make it that far today, and our climb earlier means we'll have a good steep descent tomorrow. But for now, we follow the flat roads across the plateau.
Kind of a blustery day. It's very cool, like maybe in the 50s. Coolest day we've had. And breezy. Spitting rain pretty much off and on. A lot of hills, a lot of ups and downs. Constantly struggling to keep up. It's fair. I remember having to wait for them when they were little. Now the tides have changed. A weird sound out of my brakes.
Is that your brake?
I went off route, guys. Sorry, that was my bad.
Took a wrong turn?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll just take the next turn.
All right.
Can I just say once again how great it is having someone else in charge of navigating? It's an overlooked skill, and even with today's incredible mapping apps, one wrong turn can mean a lot of extra pedal strokes on a bike, so constant attention to the route is essential. Thank you, girls.
Yeah, there's some grapes on these guys. I think we're catching it just at about harvest time. A lot of them have already been picked clean. Oh, it's a wet one. It's a real wet ride.
At some point, the rain caught up with us. Again. In fact, the entire afternoon was spent negotiating the wet road and trying to blink the raindrops out of our eyes.
Just sitting here enjoying our sandwiches from this morning. We grabbed some stuff from the breakfast table this morning, which we paid for. Lovely little town, but it is chilly. It's in the 50s, rainy, wet, kind of breezy.
14 degrees Celsius.
Everybody's kind of wishing that we had brought a little bit more layers, I think.
I have more layers.
Oh, well, Kelsey's doing fine.
Mostly this guy.
Yeah, it's me that I'm worried about.
Hi, I'm the problem, it's me.
Rain's letting up, so
And
I
then
think we're gonna
there's
get going.
There's a little thing on here. Yeah.
Because the forecast this morning called for clearing skies, I had packed my more waterproof camera in with a sag wagon, and I was not able to film much of the later part of the day.
Oh my goodness. How's the riding, y'all?
I'm wearing a shower cap
Yeah,
on top of my helmet.
I'm wearing a hood. What are you wearing, Kelsey?
Just a rain jacket.
Just a rain jacket. This is where the Lipizzaner horses, Lipizzaner.
It's pronounced Lipizzaner, and in better weather, tourists are welcome to check out the Lipizzaner horses, famed for their white coats and their athletic abilities.
Very pretty though. Look at all that. Beautiful white fences.
Today we just rode through, eager to reach our destination.
And it is raining constantly. It is a constant wet slog. But fun. Still fun. All right, sun's starting to come out. Wind is blowing, drying us off a little bit. Still really chilly. We're only a few miles away. Wish I could have filmed more during that rain. It was really pretty countryside, really pretty lighting and everything, but it was just too wet and a little too sketchy on the road too. We're very close to Italy right now, but I don't think we drop into Italy until tomorrow, I think. Kind of right on the border. Another beautiful day here in Slovenia. It's feeling very Italian here.
We arrived in Divača under clearing skies and with a breeze that only partly dried us off. Once again, our luggage hadn't arrived yet, and we had a glass of wine in our wet clothes while we waited. But once we got our bags, we had a nice meal at the restaurant next door, and the rooms were cozy and dry. Tomorrow, we say goodbye to all the rain and hello to the sunny Adriatic.